Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell. This is dextrader, and today is the 6th of April, 2018, and this is your daily update. All right, a couple of good things happening today. Today is the NFP, the first Friday of the month. If you're trading this morning, you're probably getting some crazy numbers or doing what have you. It's very important to pay attention to the news and to the process of the NFP because that NFP can mess with the numbers. All right, so a few things changing with the website. Good stuff changing with the website. Our training platforms. The system that we use to engage with the for the users, you see how the boxes are kind of blue and a little bit small, and kind of with the new change of the template of the site, it really hasn't been working well for me. So what I've done is sort of changed it up a little bit. It's going to be getting a new style, a new look, a new feel. There's going to be a standard page under the training tab here, which on Monday's release, I'll show everybody where everything is at. So you can try to figure it out on your own. It should be still pretty easy. All the tabs will still kind of be here. There'll be a little bit of an offset of where the membership portal is, but everything will sort of still be the same, but in a more condensed area. So you can see how many courses you have taken and what you've taken. Plus, for when we add new stuff, just hitting the training button is really going to get you there. There's going to be more filters to be able to filter out what system talks about what. I'll have good categorization, good tagging happening. So that way, if you want to see a video, like maybe you want to just do a search and say, you know, what video talks about support and resistance, you'll be able to put in a tag search to find out what videos talk about support and resistance in those systems. So pretty cool. We're going to have a lot of fun this weekend. It's going to be a long weekend for me to be able to put all this stuff and get everything done by Monday, because I wanted to make sure that we didn't sort of interrupt any services as we're going along. There is one more thing about the learning centers that we're going to be implementing sometime next week, not by Monday, but sometime next week, is that we're going to apply a sort of grading, not really grading, but more of like a badge certificate kind of solution. So you can feel a sense of accomplishment knowing that you have learned. You know, there's going to be things like naked trading, where you learn how to trade using nothing but a chart with no indicators on it, support and resistance trading, Bollinger Band trading, using the RSI, using all these great tools, right? Because I'm serious. We really do want you to be successful. And the best way for you to become successful is to learn from those that already have done it, as well as learning how to use the tools. Going through the series and going through the processes doesn't really get you too much unless you're willing to use it after the fact. Just watching a video is not going to make you a good trader. It's going to take time. It's going to take efforts. Teaching you how to use the tools and use the systems is the best thing possible, but you have to make the time to be able to do it afterwards. So that's what we're really looking forward to, is to be able to help you get to that point to where you're learning how to trade on your own, even without signals. Whether you're using signals on that side or if you're the Forex side and you're doing the Simply Forex system. So there is a ton, I mean a ton of new things that are coming. So be very excited because there is so much coming for your benefit. Okay? All right. So today being the 6th of April, 2018, up next is the Dex Effects Copy Update. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody who's watched these videos. You watch them here. We either send them to you in an email, or you might get them in some sort of process on the site or what have you. But whatever it is, please down below, if you click on and you go to our YouTube channel, or you see a subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button so you can get the information that we're delivering every day, and also the little alert button there too, the little bell, to get notifications to say, hey, look, there's a new dextrader update, or there's a new dextrader video. This will help you really get, anytime we come up with something new, our candlestick process or whatever happens comes out, then you're able to see that. And that way, you're not left behind in that solution as well. So please hit the subscribe button. It helps us out as well. All right. So are you guys ready? What great news. Let's take a sip of coffee. What great things are happening. Today is the NFP, and our trading group is still trading. That's right. Crazy. What are they doing? What are they even thinking? That's what you're probably thinking. You're like, don't trade the NFP. That's what Max has always said. I've always said that. I hate trading the NFP. Why? Because I can't seem to get a good mentality on that system, right? All right, so let's talk about what happened. Look at this. Beautiful. We're returning into the positive side of the equity. Yay. You should be happy. $1.22 above positive equity since we started. Yes, we have fixed this nonsense from here to here. Okay? This is the cutoff. This is pre-trade group. This is trade group. This is the last week. This is the last part of the month. This is the month. Look at this. Major positive equity. Okay? So I know last month we took a really big hit, got down really, really low. It's the first month we were in the negative, and this should probably never happen again. I'm being told that with what we have in the bucket, what we have in the possibilities of our trading group, that this will not happen again. If it does, then we got to have some conversations. But right now, we are really heading down. We got a little pullback with the Euro Great Britain Pound and a Great Britain Pound CHF. Just a little pullback. That's okay, because we're still in positive equity on the NZD USD. We'll probably scalp some of that off today. Some trades may be left over the weekend for the gap to kind of close that gap a little bit. They feel like it's really going to close up. So I've talked to them. Most companies, listen, when you find trading groups or traders or what have you, most of them use a particular process that I like to refer to as filling the slop bucket, right? And that's where they come in and they say, okay, I'm going to take this trade, this trade, and this trade. There's going to be an up, there's going to be an up, there's going to be an up. Okay? So this one does well, it starts to do well, this one starts to do well, and this one really sucks, right? So they skim the profits off of this one, and it gives you positive equity. And they just leave this one trailing and doing whatever. The next day they get in and they do another trade, another trade, another trade. Right? This one does well, this one does well, this one does well. So they don't even make mention to this one. They just leave this one on there. Well, then maybe this one starts to fail and this one starts to fail, but this one starts doing good. And they take the profits from this one, but they leave these two on. So now they have 3 trades that are inside the trading open trade market, and they're not doing well. Why? Because they're just trying to get to this to make their system look good. Now, this is not called pullback. This is called slopping, right? So they go in and they hope the best for this, and then they say, look how great my positive equity curve. And they may not even show you open history or open trades on my effects book, right? They may clink it out. They may it may be blocked out, right? I want you to see everything you're in for. Now, the other thing too is that most companies, most trading groups don't talk about these open trades when they start doing a negative, because you see it as being a negative. I don't. In fact, I can even show you the process here of what they were thinking back even when they were first looking that they got into this trade. Okay? And I think it was back 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. They got into it here. They were looking at this pullback consolidation right here. And once it hit there, they were looking to keep it moving north or south. They wanted to keep on going down. They were thinking that it was going to kind of come out and hit. They had the process come out. They later on got into another trade here, seeing the same thing after this consolidation. Okay. And the thing kept on tricking them, and that's what happens. This market is very tricky. Now that we got that roof, we pulled out another trade right there, and we actually made some money on this particular trade here. And as it started to come back down, I think there was another one that was in here, we made more money there. Now we still have 2 trades on. They're right around in this area, and that's what we're looking to try to get back down to, is to get back down to these levels here. And that's the perspective. Okay, and that's what happens in a real trading group. We look at the numbers. Now, could we have said, let's get out and open up the equity? We didn't want to lose the equity we've already earned. And since we're already in, we knew that we wanted to be able to follow that. We know that this is going to eventually kind of come back up just a little bit, and eventually come back down. How far? We're unsure. If it gets to a certain process, we might take a small loss on the higher one, which will actually this one right here, the Great Britain Pound CHF, this one right here. If we can get that down to an acceptable, say 10 to maybe, you know, $15 right now, or $10 in that process, we might take that out, but that won't be until next week. Okay, so these are the discussions that we have with the trade group. Every morning we meet and we talk. You know, what's on the board, what's coming up. You know, how well did we scalp out? Look at the history here. It's pretty powerful. Look at this history. Since we took it on, okay, on the second, I think it was the second we took over. The group took over on the second. But I want you to see how powerful this solution is. We took over right here. You see this? It's beautiful. The design here for this trade group is really, really strong. Even though you could still have losses, right? We all speculated, you know, is this the right one? Is this the right place? Is this the right thing? And then it just takes off with good positive momentum. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that strong equity curve to come out of this box now, right? Even though that we have some pullback, that's okay. That's all trading. All right, but now we're in this positive equity. Now we're above our original deposit amount, 2501, right? Which means that we made back all that solution that we lost here. We should have made back. You should have made back. If you're on live, if you're on demo, if you're on that process, you should, in this last week, have made back some of that as well, because we're in positive equity as a company. So you should have been able to make that back as well. You should be in positive equity. Okay, if you started here, you're in super positive equity. You're in $18.71 positive equity. Okay, if you started on the day that we started making positive money, oh my God. Okay, so we're on the track. Keep strong, keep positive, keep everything moving forward. You've heard in the beginning part where we're changing over some of the training stuff. There's even going to be some training stuff for you guys here for DexFX Copy to learn about account management and account progression and compounding, dividend control, all that kind of good stuff. Boy, you guys should be excited, because I am. I'm Max Farrell. This is dextrader and DexFX Copy. And this was your daily update for April 6, 2018. I really look forward to seeing you inside and appreciate your patience. And as always, trade well.